Nobody likes us. Nobody likes us, people. Hey guys, it's Jess and
Victor,
my fiance. And yesterday we celebrated our 5-year anniversary. So for our 5-year anniversary, we thought that we would do a Q&A. We have a lot of friends that ask us questions about our relationship, and I figured we'd answer some now and kind of just help people understand how we got to 5 years and some of the things that may have happened along the way. So let's get right into it. The first question is, what are some of your biggest challenges? How did we overcome them? Ooh, some of our biggest challenges is definitely, and it's gonna sound crazy, but race. I didn't like white boys at all before I met Vic. It wasn't like a, not sexual preference. It wasn't a romantic preference. I've just had bad experiences with white people growing up, like a lot of racism. So I was just like, wow, I'm never dating one of them. Victor's actually not really like white American fully. He's
Italian and Puerto Rican.
3/4 Italian, 1/4 Puerto Rican. I like to very much not acknowledge his Puerto Rican quarter. I dated a lot of Puerto Ricans. It turned out awful.
Oh, well, I'm different. For me, a big challenge was Jessica's stupid. No, I'm just kidding. No, I struggle with like chronic severe depression, so it's hard for me to get through that all the time. And Jessica also has mental illness. So
it's just, I'm stupid. It's my mental illness.
Yeah.
I asked him, can you have 2 types of transmissions in one car?
You also argued that 17 times 5 was getting more than 20 times 5.
I was thinking 15 times 7 instead of 17 times 5.
Anyways, we both have, mental disorders.
Just say I have anxiety.
She has anxiety, and I have chronic severe depression. So that's like hard. So at times, because she'll be just like, and it's hard to just get through it.
But we help each other get through it. I think.
Yeah,
we do a pretty good job.
That's a pretty big problem that we had, and we get through it.
The next question is, how are we alike and how are we different? It's gonna sound weird, but people think that we're brother and sister, which is weird.
It is weird.
We had a plumber come like a week ago, and he goes, "Oh, is that your brother?" And I was like, "No." And I pointed to a picture of my brother. I was like, "This is what my brother looks like." But it probably looks really weird when we kiss in public.
Yeah, if a lot of people think that we're brother and sister.
Yeah.
Which would be like quite illegal.
That's why I don't like PDA with Vic, because I secretly think everyone thinks I'm kissing my brother, and it's really gross.
I think that we're alike in a lot of ways, not just in looks. I don't think we look the same.
I don't think we look alike at all.
Yeah.
Do we look?
I'm pasty. You have color. You have melanin.
Yeah.
But I think we're alike in the way that we're both of us like artistic things. You like to do photography and video edit. And, I do fine arts, which photography is also a fine art. I don't want to take anything away from that. I draw, paint.
You know what's funny? I thought it was so cool because I was dating an artist.
But we also like anime and like video games, and we connect on a lot of like different levels.
Yeah.
Like we like the same cereals. We like a lot of the same things. We're very similar.
Except I'm way hotter.
Yeah.
Way funnier.
No.
Way
You're not
taller.
What is this, opposite day?
All right. Next one are highs and lows. I don't really think we have a lot of lows, honestly. If there's anything that we're going through, it's usually on a personal level. Pull the lever, crunk. It's on a personal level. So it's never like in our relationship, and we try to do a really good job of not taking like personal stuff or stuff outside of the relationship into the relationship.
Yeah, I usually check that shit at the door.
Yeah, very much so, yeah.
Like
who wears the pants in the relationship? Me. And I just want to admit it, but it's true.
I mean, maybe.
I do.
I mean, kind of.
Nothing that we do is because you said it. Ironically, I'm not wearing any pants right now, but...
I'm wearing pants.
I'm wearing shorts.
I'm also wearing shorts.
Does that count?
No.
Was it love at first sight? No. Like I said, I didn't like white boys.
No, I liked you. I thought you were really cute.
I never
way
thought
way
that
different than what you looked like on Facebook. You looked a lot better in real life than you did on Facebook.
Really?
Yeah.
I always thought I looked hotter on Facebook. You think I'm hotter in real life?
Yeah, I think you look better in real life than you do in Facebook. You think you look really good in your old pictures of like, oh, that's so cringy.
What about on video in real life? Which one do I look hotter in?
I think it's better. The real thing is better than the video. Because you know what they say about cameras, they have like 25 pounds.
You saying I look fat in my videos?
No. Just
Do
kidding.
you want to have our first argument? Why are you two so darn mushy?
Who put that? My mom?
Your mom put that. You knew. I don't know. I think it's because we feel really comfortable with each other.
Yeah.
And we don't feel like we can't express ourselves.
Yeah.
So we're really happy. So I don't think it's that we're like mushy. I think we're so happy and comfortable.
Yeah, it's just
that we just, how you feel inside? You feel like
a good relationship. You should be mushy when you're happy.
What's the hardest part of your relationship? Ooh, the hardest part of our relationship is probably making long-term decisions.
Oh, yeah.
Like, we haven't agreed on a wedding size for like when we have our actual wedding. We haven't agreed on whether or not we want kids yet. Well, individually we've made that decision, but not together. We still work on stuff like finances. We still have issues with.
We've been getting better with.
We have been getting significantly better with our finances, but
and we've been getting a lot better with like long-term goals.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
I think our issue is that like we both have no issue with spending money.
I sometimes have an issue with spending money. Sometimes I don't want to spend my money, and then I'm just like, well, I should spend this money because it's always on stuff I want. Like,
treat yourself.
Yeah, like new paintbrushes and stuff. I'm like,
yeah.
Oh, I shouldn't buy this because I could use this money to eat food.
But we know that we can eat food regardless. So.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I guess that's it.
Yeah, we've been getting a lot better with stuff like that. So.
Yeah. How often does a big fight happen? Example, kids versus no kids. Why are you on my side of the bed and anything in between? Believe it or not.
My side of the bed?
Okay.
I don't have a side of the bed?
Yeah. See, the thing is, I don't consciously go on Vic's side of the bed because he's very hot and I don't want to touch him. Like, he's just sweaty.
Even when it's cold in the house.
Yeah, even when it's cold in the house, he's just very hot.
I produce a lot of body heat.
Yeah, so I don't like to touch him. Like, in theory, I want to cuddle with him all night, but realistically, it's like I maybe will put my ankle on him and then I'll roll over.
Like
yeah.
If
He's
we
just
cuddle
hot.
for too long, I'll start to sweat.
But believe it or not, we've been together for 5 years. We have yet to have an argument. Now, we do disagree a lot.
Yeah,
we were brought up differently. We grew up with completely different lifestyles, different homes, different families. Just obviously because he's not my brother. So we disagree a lot on a lot of things because we experienced life differently.
Yeah.
You know, so we disagree a lot.
But it's not like...
Never been an argument.
Yeah, it's not really... Because, you know...
It's
always something to be resolved through
easily.
Easily and through talking.
And it's very much like agree to disagree.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because...
We don't have to agree about everything.
Yeah, exactly. Even though we have a lot in common, I think that our differences make us really great. Because I wouldn't want to be with someone that was just like me. I find myself pretty annoying, I'm not going to lie. If I had to date someone like me, I probably would have broke up with them a very long time ago. What's one thing you used to do that bothered the other and you still do it? Vic does 2 things that I complain about every day, and he's done it every day for 5 years. Vic has a horrible habit of like picking the dead skin off of his fingernails and his toes. It's so disgusting. I hate it so much. But he'll just be like watching TV like this.
I can't help it.
And I'm like, Vic, stop. And he's like, oh, let me just get it. Let me just get it.
You don't understand, it hurts.
You picking it just makes it worse.
It doesn't. It relieves the pain. You don't understand. It's
get
legit.
a pedicure.
I don't have money for that, and if I did, I wouldn't spend it on that.
And another thing that he does is Victor has really curly hair.
Yeah,
and another
it is
thing,
a bad thing. It's a bad habit. I pull out the knots.
He pulls out the knots in his hair. He has super curly hair, and he'll sit there and just like pull the knots out instead of just like, I don't know, detangling your hair and putting some product in it so it doesn't get all nappy or whatever.
And I like collect them and...
Yeah, and then when I go to vacuum the floor, there's just literally just like
rabbit.
Or there's just little tumbleweeds of his little nappy hair everywhere. It's so disgusting. Okay, so what's something that I do that I used to do that bothered you and I still do it?
Everything. You do some things that bother me.
Like what?
Like ask me to rub your feet every day, but I'll do it because I love you. Also, I'll be out and then you'll call me to come home because like something happened, and it'll be completely like out of my like control. And I'm like, okay, and I have to come home.
It's because I need you. I don't make you come home for nothing. You're so mean.
No, I'm not. I don't know.
Nothing. I'm not annoying at all. What's one thing you wish you knew before you got together?
That you were not Spanish? I'm just kidding.
I wish I knew that.
I was gonna gain 45 pounds.
I wish I would have known sooner that. Get it together.
I pushed my glasses up and then pushed it. Good.
I wish I would have known that you were capable of becoming this person that you are now, because I probably would have pushed you harder. Because we just recently, a few months ago, moved into like our first place together with my brother. And so we're doing pretty well. We're doing
pretty good.
Way better than I expected us to, I'm gonna be completely honest. But, you know, just being on our own is our first time not living with like parents and stuff like that. But we're doing really well. But I wish that we had some of the financial freedom that we had before. Because I feel like with the financial freedom and your talent and stuff like that, I feel like, I don't know, I feel like if I would have pushed you harder, knowing that you would be able to take like the criticism and really like become that person, I think you could have went farther sooner. You know what I mean?
Okay, yeah.
And I think you would, but it's okay, because I feel like, you know, it's fine to do things later than you expected to.
If you would have pushed me harder sooner, I wouldn't have met Professor Chang.
You think so?
Yeah, I met Professor Chang at the right time. I even talked to someone today, they were like 2 years earlier, I wouldn't have ever known anything about Professor Chang, because they didn't promote any of his stuff. Yeah.
Okay. So what do you wish that you knew before we got together?
That you were such a lame person, I wouldn't have been. I'm just kidding. Just joking. I love you so much. I wish I would have known how passionate you were about like video editing and photography like a long time ago. Like if I knew that a long time ago, I would have like tried to course you into that like sooner. Kind of like how you were with me. Because you're very determined when you like something. You really go for it. Don't give up easily. Like that's something I love. Like you've been doing this for about 2 years now, and like you haven't let any of the hardships really stop you. You've stopped a couple of times, but it was only because of like not having the time and like school and work and stuff. And I'm really proud of you for staying dedicated for as long as you have.
Thank you. Kiss my forehead. Yes. Where do you see yourselves in 5 years? In 5 years, I definitely want us to own a home, considering a family.
In 5 years, I'll be a college professor.
In 5 years, I hope to be my own boss, making good money, happy, comfortable, in a home that we like, a nice backyard for Leia.
If we're still
out there
in South Florida in 5 years, I would want to be a professor at FIU. Surprisingly, I didn't like FIU at first, and like I kind of fell like in love with the school, and I really want to give back and be a part of the art academy if I could, like be a teacher alongside with Professor Chang. And
I definitely want to create. I want to be a better version of myself now.
Yeah.
I want to be really good at video editing. I hope I would have learned a few things more, learn a few more programs. Yeah, I think I just really want to be further in my career.
I think I'm on the right track. I think you're on the right track too. I think we're on the right path, and as long as we don't veer off, it's okay to like have hobbies and stuff, but if you don't make the hobby like the center of your world, you should be on the right track for success.
Did you guys ever get close to calling it all off? Yes, actually.
It was last year.
We had gone to couples therapy because there was a couple things that we couldn't get past. We couldn't get past kids.
Yeah.
That was like the one major thing we couldn't get past. We went to therapy for it. And the truth is, I've never wanted to get married. I've never wanted to have kids. And my entire life, like as a child, I've never like had like baby dolls, like baby them, like I've never had that instinct. I've also never wanted to get married because I've always wanted to be like if you've seen the show The Game, like the Tasha Mack, just independent woman, in charge, making money, doing her own thing, you know, just dating as she goes, not really taking it seriously because, you know, it takes too much time out of her life, blah, blah, blah. I never wanted to get married. And when Vic proposed, it was just different. Like, I loved him and I felt like I really wanted to be with him for the rest of my life. I've never felt that way about anyone before. But when it came to kids, it was still really touchy for me because I dealt a lot with depression. I just recently, not that long before he proposed, was dealing with depression. Never really wanted kids. And it was really touchy because I still don't really want kids right now. And Victor does.
Well, I don't want him right now.
But you do in the future.
In the future, of course.
And I don't know if I do. The reason we almost called it off is because I told Victor that I don't want you to wait 8 more years, you know, thinking that I'm going to change my mind, or maybe you'll love me so much that I'll realize that I do want a family, and then realize that you wasted all this time. And I said, I love you. I would be devastated to lose you, but I would much rather you be with someone and build a relationship with them, because, you know, yeah, technically you can have kids for a long time, but after a certain age, there's more complications. So I didn't want him to be in a predicament where he gets another relationship and now that woman is too old or doesn't feel comfortable having kids and I wasted his time, or, you know what I mean? Like, I didn't want to do that. So I told him, honestly, if you want to be with someone else, to build that relationship, to have a family, I love you. I would be very hurt, but I'm willing to let you go so you could have that. So you can be happy and have a family, because I don't know if I'd ever be able to give that to you.
Yeah.
So we considered breaking up, even though we're very much in love and still are. I would much rather him be with someone else. I would much rather him be with someone else than to spend his whole life resenting me because he never got the family he wanted. So yeah, we came into an agreement on that. We discussed some things, and
yeah,
we're good now.
Yeah,
we're good now. So yeah, but that was tough. That was tough on both of us.
It was really tough.
Yeah.
But then I made a really big change in my life. We've since talked about things. So
yeah.
Yeah.
Before we wrap it up with the last question, I'm just gonna say a couple of questions were about our intimacy, about our sex life and things like that. I don't disclose those kind of things. I don't disclose our sex life. That information is private. I only really discuss that kind of stuff with my really close friends. That's just one thing that I don't feel like is anybody's business. Not in a mean way, but yeah, I don't disclose our sexual acts, how many times we have sex. I don't really disclose that kind of stuff. We're very open. Oh, we're not in a relationship. I mean, like, you know, we're talking to friends and stuff and they want to know. We have no issue talking about sex. We're very, like, sex positive and, like, you know, we're not prudes or anything like that. But it's just, like, overall to, like, the world, it's not really anybody's business. So that kind of stuff we're not going to disclose. So the last question was, what is your first piece of advice and why? So first piece of advice, I guess, getting into a relationship.
Don't move too fast. Don't just hop into a relationship with somebody.
I said don't move too fast, but I literally proposed to Jessica 6 months after we started dating.
But I had knew you like 8 months, maybe even longer than 8 months prior to us actually dating. And we were like best friends. So like, yeah. I may have done it fast, but I was like already sure. And we were best friends. Like we literally hung out every single day.
Every single day.
Like, it inseparable, and I took care of you for like a month and slept on an armchair, so I deserve that. So
yeah, I was really sick and he like slept in the living room to stay with me. So.
But what I'm saying is just because you like somebody a lot and you really like them, that's kind of like infatuation.
Yeah.
And you should take the time to get to know the person first. Like, be their friend. Like, I get it. You don't want to be in the friend zone, but like you should take the time. The friend zone isn't real. Yeah. By the way, it's not real. You should take the time to learn about that person, because what if that person does something you absolutely can't stand and it like you can't get past it? Like they like to walk around and scratch their balls and sniff it. I don't know, like something like ridiculous. Like Or like they're standing in line and they just like shove their hand into their pants and scratch their butt and then like
sniff it.
And sniff it, and they have like no...
everything. He just wants to make sure that whoever you date doesn't scratch their like privates and smell it. That's his only concern.
Well, I don't care if that's something that you do. You know you scratch it, and you're done scratching. You want to make sure you don't smell like shit. That's fine. But like, if you can't get past that, and you didn't know they had that type of like quirk before, you know, you guys started dating, like that's gonna be an issue, obviously. So like, you should take the time to get to know that person to see if you really like that person.
A piece of advice my mom gave me when I first started dating, I had been in a relationship, my first serious relationship. Afterward, when we broke up, I was super devastated, which I don't know why, because I broke up with him, but I was really, really upset. I was super devastated, and I was very depressed. And I remember my mom she tried everything to like get me out of it, and like one piece of advice. Good night.
Oh man, I'm like looking at the camera and I'm like picking at my fingers.
One really good piece of advice my mom gave me was there's some things that you can live with and there's some things you can't live without. So what that means is, you know, there's certain things you can live with. Like if Vic left the toilet seat up, that's really not a deal breaker for me. I can literally just do this. Like it's not that big of a deal. But if every time I went in the bathroom, there was clothes thrown everywhere and toothpaste on the sink, and I was like, hey Vic, you know, clean up after yourself. And he's like, yeah, sure, okay. And then never does it. And that was like, I know.
That's disgusting.
Some people are disgusting, Vic. I've been in some gross men's bathrooms. But you know, if there's things like that genuinely bother you, and obviously there's going to be things that are like way more serious than that.
Yeah, like they poop and it smells real bad.
And they don't spray afterwards.
So you have to go into a stinky bathroom.
Yeah. That's something that you really, really, really need to consider, because I think what happens often is that people get so caught up in not wanting to be alone that they put up with things that they don't feel comfortable with. Mm-hmm. I had a lot of friends that told us that they kept hobbies secrets from their girlfriends.
Oh, I think that's stupid.
Yeah,
that's
because they were afraid that if they found out, like, she would break up with them. And I'm like, that's horrible.
Yeah.
You know, like, first off, everyone's different. I'm not going to tell anyone how to feel or how to be in a relationship or whatever, but, like, I really don't think that you should be in a relationship with someone that makes you feel bad about things that make you happy.
If you can't, like, for instance, I play like card games like Dragon Ball Super, Yu-Gi-Oh, Magic, stuff like that. If you can't, you know, openly tell the girl you want to be with that you are a nerd, like you like comic books and video games,
let it go.
Like that's not even worth it. Like so she's probably like just someone who's like really attractive, or you find really attractive, and you're like, oh yeah, I'm gonna be with this girl. Yeah. But I have to keep this a secret.
You know.
That's stupid.
I find Nick attractive, but I think that you should not value looks over all the way more important stuff in your relationship. You know, I know a lot of people that are with their partner because they were hot, or they feel obligated because they had a kid, or, you know, some stuff like that.
Something like, you know, extra.
So just, I don't know. For me, just be with someone that makes you feel good about who you are.
Yeah, someone who makes you happy, you know, who's supportive of the things that you like.
Yeah.
Like, no matter how, like, frivolous or stupid it is, if it's something that makes you happy, as long as you're not hurting anybody, it should not be a deal breaker in a relationship.
Yeah.
You know, someone should be like, oh, you're a child, you like comic books and playing video games. Like, who do you think makes comic books and video games? Adults.
I had a friend once tell me, she asked me what I was doing, and I said I was watching a cartoon. It was like Family Guy or something like that. I don't know. It was something on Adult Swim. It was an adult cartoon. And she goes, oh, you watch cartoons? Those are for kids. And I was like, what do you think? Like, there's just 5-year-olds storyboarding and like animating? Like, I don't understand. Like, I don't know. Unless what you're doing is illegal.
Yeah, you shouldn't have to hide it.
You shouldn't have to hide it.
Even if it's like a kink, like you like dressing as a baby and wearing diapers and stuff.
Find you a girl that likes to dress up as a baby. Likes to dress you up as a baby.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's funny that I don't even know why I thought about that, but I thought about like Law and Order, SVU.
Is that the right opening?
No. Just find someone that'll accept you for who you are, and you know, There's girls out there who are like really pretty, who are also nerds and like the things that you like. So,
Yeah.
you know, belittle your hobbies or the things that make you happy because
Someone thinks they're stupid.
They're
That's stupid. Herka, turka, turka. Oh, yeah. Yeah. So, is there anything that no one asked that you feel is important for them to know? What do you think the secret to us getting to 5 years is?
If the girl you're with asks you,
Or guy.
or guy, that's true, guy or girl, does not matter, isn't feeling well or is like menstruating or is down in the dumps, you should be there for them. You should listen to what they have to say.
Thank you for acknowledging that.
Women bleed from their vaginas and get cramps once a month. I will never forget that.
I feel like
Yeah.
it's like slightly traumatized by the fact that we bleed
I
lot.
don't even care about the bleeding.
and we bleed and don't die. That
Nope,
doesn't concern you?
no, I don't bother me at all.
Doesn't scare you?
Nope.
You don't think we're all witches?
No, I'm not a caveman.
Oh, okay, go ahead. Sorry.
No, but yeah, listening is like, and like being there for, you know, the person that you're with, you know, it's very important. And yeah, that's something you should get in the habit of doing if you want to make it 5 years. Especially listening. Just listen. Listen to what they have to say, and you know, don't just let it go in one ear and out the other. Actually, just take it in, and then, you know, bring it up casually in a, you know, conversation later on down the line, and then they're like, oh yeah, you're actually listening. I was like, yeah, I do that.
That was actually a tip from Big Mouth.
It was, and it's true.
So my piece of advice would be to effectively communicate.
Yeah.
And by that I mean think about what you say before you say it, and don't try to do things that you know would hurt your partner.
Yeah.
So I would never make fun of Vic or like use that for like use his insecurities as fuel to like hurt his feelings, because people might forgive you but they don't forget.
Yeah.
And I've hurt a lot of people in the past being really vindictive and mean, and it took me being with somebody that I really, really loved and like didn't want to lose to do that, but I don't want to ever like hurt anyone like that. Like it's not who I am. I'm not joking when I say in 5 years we haven't had an argument.
Yeah, there's nothing like serious.
And it's not,
an argument.
and it's not that we don't disagree. Like I said earlier, we do have disagreements a lot. But the point is, at the end of the day, we're not going to leave each other over that thing. We love each other very much. And for us, we understand that you can be your own person.
Yeah, that's important. That's important. Have trust in the person you're with and let them be their own person. They're not going to cheat on you. Maybe if you're with like a bad person or someone that doesn't really want to be with you, they'll cheat on you. But if somebody genuinely loves you and genuinely wants to be in a relationship with you, they're not going to cheat on you.
And there's nothing you can do to stop someone from cheating on you.
I think it's absurd. Like I have like coworkers that just inevitably, they believe that inevitably that your significant other is going to cheat on you.
I've had people tell me that a lot.
And it's like, oh, it's a matter of time before Jessica cheats on you. You should cheat on her before she cheats on you. I'm like, what? I'm like, that doesn't even make sense. The logic that is flawed in every way. It doesn't make sense. If you're making the other person happy and you're fulfilling the things that you're supposed to be fulfilling, if you understand what I'm saying, like,
Yeah.
it isn't not just like
Do what you gotta
sexually,
do.
but do what you gotta do in the relationship. Don't
Yeah.
make it a one-sided thing. Constantly grow as a person and show the person you're with you want to be with them, and like the things that she wants in life and the goals she has set are important to you. She's not gonna cheat on you. There's no reason for her to cheat on you if you're the person she wants to be with.
I've never called Vic because I didn't think he was where he was supposed to be. Literally, when I call Vic and I know he's out, it's because I didn't invite anyone over. I'm bored out of my mind, and I miss Vic, and I'll be like, "What are you doing?"
Yeah.
And I know his best friend, so I know he doesn't mind if I like call Vic and like, "Hey, what's up?"
If I'm out, I'm 100% where I told you I'm going to be.
When he's out, he's with Paul.
Yeah. Or I'm at Cool Stuff. Those are the only two places I go.
You're not gonna bang Ronnie, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna bang Ronnie. We're gonna go on a picnic, eat pizza, and drink wine, and then do it in the woods. Oh, what's wrong with you?
I feel like for me the most important thing in a relationship is communication. Communicate your feelings, your thoughts, be honest with each other, which would be done through communicating.
Yeah.
And just really be there, you know? I think that the issue is people have this idea of what a relationship is supposed to be like.
Yeah.
And when it doesn't follow that exact guideline, they tend to think that the relationship sucks.
Yeah.
But the reason I think that our relationship does really well is because we created like our own destiny, so to speak.
Yeah.
So we make our own rules. A lot of the things that we do, people are very confused by. A lot of times people will tell us, "Oh my God, I can never do that," or my girlfriend would never let me do that," or "I would never let my boyfriend do that." And it's like, yeah, you wouldn't. You're also single. You're also miserable. You've also never had, you know, a relationship like this one.
Yeah. See, when I was younger, I modeled my thought of how I wanted a relationship after like the Huxtables and the Banks family from the Fresh Prince. Like
Light skin or dark skin outfit?
I didn't care. I thought the family dynamic
I like
was
dark
just.
skin outfit better. She was more sassy.
I just loved their family dynamic. I thought like those two families had a great dynamic. So.
Whatever happened to the wolfman and the paperboy? Even in TV.
This video though.
I see all familiar branches. What is it? It's a rare condition.
Okay.
This day and age. Really good.
I'm gonna be editing this video for like 10 hours. Hey, just this end.
So thank you guys so much for watching. We just really want to share this. Thank you guys for all the questions. They were good. They were really good questions. They weren't dumb.
No, I expected some stupid ones. They were good questions.
The only questions we didn't answer were the sex ones.
Yeah.
And it's just we prefer to keep our sex life
Yeah,
private.
if you really want to know, you could just like message us privately, and we might tell you.
If I don't know you, I'm not telling you though. Don't think just because you hit me up in my DMs.
That is true. Like you get. The only person who probably really cares is the person who asked that question, and probably like Chase, because you know Chase just.
I talk to Chase about everything. Chase is very respectful.
Yeah,
and he's never.
Except for when I see him and he hugs me and then tries to grab my junk.
You got a nice little thing going down there.
Anyways.
Here's to 100 more years of your ugly mug. I love you.
I love you too.
So thank you guys so much for watching. If you like this video, want to see more videos like this one with my handsome bee boob, send more questions over. We'd love to answer them.
Yeah.
And if you like to see more videos like this one,
give us a thumbs up
or give that like button. Tap on the tush. Thank you. And hit that subscribe button.
It's a scribble.
To become part of that
worldwide family.
And
I'm gonna do the
worldwide hexagon. And we will see you guys somewhere out there in the world or in the next video.
Oh God.
Why do stars fall down from the sky every time you walk by?